Oh, hi. Hello. So my name is Steve. I'm in the process of starting I guess a YouTube channel, or at least I'm gonna upload videos, I think. So anyway, so I have lots of projects. I guess to start, I used to be a mechanic for a while until I just basically decided that all the stuff that I had at home was suffering and not getting worked on because I was at work all day working on other people's stuff. And so then when I came home, all the stuff that I needed to do wasn't getting done. So I'm sure all you guys who twist wrenches, even just enthusiasts, but probably even more specifically, all you guys that may watch this and are professional mechanics can understand what I'm saying when I say that you never get your own stuff done. You go to work, you get covered in coolant and covered in gasoline and smelling like ATF and grease under your fingernails, and you go home and the last thing you want to do is go into the garage and work on your piece of crap. And I noticed for me that just meant that I wasn't working on them. And believe me, I have some crap, probably like a lot of you guys do. Anyway, so I don't, haven't been a mechanic or at least a professional mechanic in many years now. I haven't been a mechanic working at a production shop in like the last 9 years or something like that. But ever since I left the shop, I basically do it as an enthusiast. Just do it at home. But like a lot of you guys, again, I'm sure a lot of you guys put out some serious builds. I know some guys who they built some serious cars out of their home garage. And a lot of those guys aren't even serious, or not serious, but professional mechanics. A lot of these guys are just gearheads, and some of them, these are guys you'd go to that guy to answer a question before you go to a professional mechanic. So anyway, I guess I'll get started by basically showing you what I have here. These are going to be things that I guess are going to show up on, if I can stick with it, things that I might end up doing videos on in the future. So this is my garage. If you're a judgmental person, maybe look away. I work like an animal. That's mostly because I'm part animal. It's not really all my fault, although it's probably all my fault. It's not really all my fault. I don't have enough space for the amount of work that I've got going on at any given time. So, there's a car. I'm literally standing underneath a car. I got a car up on the lift here. I've got a car behind me. I don't know if you can tell. There's a car under those 7 million boxes. Also, the floor of my garage looks like this. Again, if you're judgmental, maybe just don't say anything. Although I don't really care because I just don't care. Anyway, so what's on the lift here that you can't really see? This is actually the back of the car. You're probably wondering why the radiator is under the back of the car. Well, this is like my race car pretty much. The idea is it's going to get a license plate and be driven on the street. It's been driven on the street before. But that's sort of my race car. It's sort of pulled apart, but it's kind of just missing the cosmetic stuff. But anyway, that's a 72 Nova. It's got a small block Chevy 414. It's got AFR heads on it. It's got fast fuel injection. It's got a 98 millimeter turbo on it from forced inductions, and it makes about 1,400 horsepower. I've got it detuned right now to make roughly 900, 850, 900. So it's super manageable on the street. I say that having only driven it on the street for about 30 seconds. Also, that's the most power in any car I've ever driven before, and it's the first time I've ever built a car that makes kind of power like that. So, you know, it's a learning curve. But yeah, I've been working on that for many years, or several years. It's back halved. All the sheet metal's done. I stretched the wheel arches 2 inches, where I just cut down the middle, stretched it out 2 inches, and then welded everything back in, sectioned it out. Again, if any of you guys that do chassis work, if I'm saying this wrong, then great. But, you know, one thing I want everybody to understand when I make these videos is I am not a professional at anything. I'm probably not even good at anything. But the one thing I can do is be brave enough to try to screw things up for myself. And I'm pretty good at that. So anyway, that's that car. I love Novas. So behind me, I have well, it doesn't have all the sheet metal on it. I'm in the middle of painting it, which is, I guess, what I'll be making a video on that. I'm not even sure. Maybe I'll post it to this video. Again, I have no idea how to do a YouTube channel. I'm just trying this. Seems to be fun. I'm wondering if maybe it's going to be, for me personally, something that motivates me to get out here, because just coming out here to just work on my cars, I'm getting to the point where you know, I look out the window and go, I should really be working on the car right now. But okay, let me watch one more episode of this show that I'm watching. That means nothing to me. So probably a lot of guys can understand what I mean when I say that. I know I'm not the only one. So behind me is a 66 Nova. I bought this car like 6 months ago. I had some issue getting it titled. Some issues getting it titled, or in New York here where I live, we don't have titles before, I believe it's 73 or 72. Prior to that, it was just a little registration card like you get with every car, title or not, I guess. And that's what you gave to somebody when you bought it. So this car didn't have a title. However, this car came from Alabama, so I had to have had a friend of mine who has a friend of his who's got like a hookup with DMV, and they were able to get it done for me. So thank you, Iris. So anyway, it's a 66 Nova. I love Novas. This car is, I guess, going to probably constitute a lot of the episodes or videos that I'll probably be able to make, at least for the time being, because it's got so much crap to do. I bought this car as a roller, no glass, no electrical, no engine, transmission, no interior. And I don't mean it didn't have it in it. I mean, you know, like we came with the parts, but I didn't have it. It doesn't have interior. I had to buy everything, which sucks. Really, you know, it's missing just about everything. So yeah. So, you know, it's a project. So I'm in the process, because I'm happen to be just painting it just because it's in a stage where I can do that. So, because it's already torn apart, I figured, you know what, the one thing about this car is the sheet metal is perfect. That was my big thing to buying this car. I bought this car like this. I like buying cars like this. Probably a lot of you guys also do. I would imagine a lot of people also don't. I love buying cars like this. I bought this car behind me. This car like this Nova, where nothing in it. Literally nothing. A body and some wheels, and that's it. I like doing that because you don't end up with some jerk-off wiring hanging over some jagged piece of metal that's really waiting to just make a fire over the fuel leak that you make because you suck at doing stuff, or and when I say you, I mean me. Again, I'm probably not alone, but so I don't like dealing with other people's projects when it becomes mine. I'd rather start with something that I can make completely my own. So that's the deal with this. Again, I like buying cars like that. I don't go to, when I go to look at cars, I also am one of those that goes, I'm 66 Nova, sort by cheapest. Because I don't have any money, so probably not alone. But anyway, this is how I like buying cars. So I bought this car. This car needs everything. I have some air conditioning system on the way. I have all the electrical. I bought all the interior. I had to buy a seat from a person in Tennessee. A rear seat was a pain in the ass to find for these. I bought front seats from a guy locally. And then I bought a lot of stuff online, you know, like headliner, carpet, door panels, sill plates, door handles, window cranks, package tray. What else am I missing? I bought like one of those stereos. I'm not going to use brand names just because I don't know what the legality of that is with YouTube. I don't know if I'm allowed to say brand names, or I'll have to pay somebody $1 billion because I said their name. I'm not going to do that. Maybe somebody could fill me in on how that works with the legality of that. Again, I'm an idiot, so I have no idea. So I'm just going to leave it out for now. But I got one of those retro-looking stereos for this car. We know what I'm leaving out? That's super cool. I bought a 5-speed conversion for this car. So again, probably leave the name out for now at least. But I bought a 5-speed conversion for this car, which I'll do a video on that when I get to it. Right now I'm kind of worrying about the paint only because the car is in a state where it's, I think, honestly, the perfect time for me to paint this. Just because I don't have to take anything off. So, and I'm really, really lazy. And I have 0 time. So, well, I have a lot of time. I'd just rather watch cartoons. And then think about all the crap I have to do. So, cool. Pretty cool. So I think that's not, I have a small block Chevy that came out of this car. The prior power plant for this car made about, I think, 750 or something before this, what's in it now, got put in. That made about 750. That engine is behind the camera. Yep, behind you. You just, if you turn around, you could. Okay, so it's behind you. It needs a head gasket. I blew a head gasket out of it when I took this car down the track the last time, which is why that engine got tossed. It's got a Dart Little M in it now, so you can't, you know, and some good stuff. I spent a lot of money on this car that I don't have. So thank you, credit cards. And 7 million % interest rate. So, yeah, so that it has an engine, literally I have everything. Engine, transmission, wiring, interior, everything that this car is missing I have. I got to buy glass, I think. I need a front windshield. Other than that, I think I have all the other glass, I think. And then this car is just like every other project, has a billion things shoved in the trunk and inside the car. So that's that. Under these boxes, I already showed you kind of, just because I want to get on with this, only because I'm babbling now, and I'm sure you're getting annoyed at watching this video. So just trying to give you a heads up of what kind of stuff I'm going to put on this channel. Hopefully somebody gets some enjoyment out of watching. You're not going to get any instructional things out of me because, like I said, I'm an idiot. And if you listen to me, then you're probably not a genius yourself. Just kidding. Anyway, this is a 33 Ford hot rod kit car. Don't mind the boxes. It's like pretty much mostly together mechanically. it's mostly together mechanically, but it does need some bigger items. Like obviously the doors are not on it. I got to finish up some electrical work. Most of it's done. Maybe I'll do another video on that soon, but this is, got to be honest, this is probably like, this is probably something I'm going to leave for a minute. Really want to finish the blue car. Also, this kit car here is, it's my old man's. So, you know, he bought it, and the deal was, you know, he'd buy it and we were supposed to build it together. That didn't happen, so I'm doing it myself, which is fine. I just want him to enjoy it and drive it and have a good time. So there's that. This car actually, you might not be able to tell, but this car as it sits, actually, I can start it and I can drive it. It'll start, it'll go into gear, it'll drive. It's, you know, it's a driving car. It just doesn't have any doors. The body is not fully mounted to the chassis yet. I don't know if anybody's ever put a kit car together. They're pretty much a huge pain in the ass. What I will say is a buddy of mine who used to work with the company that manufactures this kit car, guy Tony Zullo, the man, he puts all your mind. I mean, when you put a car together like this, what ends up happening is you start realizing that, wow, I think I'm smarter than I think I am. And then you're wrong every time. So, but, you know, you run into a bunch of problems where you're like, well, this thing could go in this way, or it could go in that way, or it could go in any other way. And, you know, then you have to ask somebody, well, how did some other person design it? Because I actually think it would work out better if I did this. Things don't fit when you put it in the way that it's supposedly designed. Then there's 5 versions of the car, and you get the instruction manual has version 1, but you have version 5, and then you got to figure it out. So you get to you learn how to be an engineer when you work on those things. Anyway, it's pretty fun. That car is actually going to have air conditioning too, full interior. It's going to have a full body, gangsta style, full fenders, running boards, rear fenders. It's none of that bike fender stuff, and it's not going to be an open wheel car. However, these cars, you can take all that stuff off, and if you want to drive it around like one of those old, like hot rodded high boys or whatever, you can do that. So pretty cool. I guess I'll walk you outside. Maybe I'll just clip this here so I'm not walking around like an idiot. And I'll show you what else we got going on. All right. Well, I'm on the other side. I was over there. So, I had a pretty big driveway, which is kind of a pain in the ass when you're fat and lazy, and then you don't really want to drive something over there, but you don't want to walk back and forth with tools 500 times. So if you forget a 9/16 wrench, and then the garage is like 40 feet that way or whatever, or like 16 meters, or I don't know where you're watching this video. Maybe if you're watching this in Canada, do you use meters in Canada? I don't really know. I know America because I am from America, and God bless America. Anyway, shameful plug. Love America. So anyway, I'm over on the other side of the property. I have a 67 Camaro. This car, unfortunately, I'm not keeping. This car needs a floor, needs a full floor pan. It needs a full trunk pan. It needs a lower firewall patch. Pretty much the whole thing, all the way down to the toe boards. It needs both sides, inner and outer rockers. And it needs some work on the quarters. Let's see. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah. So, oh yeah, the deck lid is good because this is shut. Yeah, that's shut. It's not open. So, it needs some work. I actually got this car for what I would consider a very good deal, especially here for New York. I got the car for what I think is a good deal. I got it at a number where I believe that I don't think I can really lose money. Although, of course, you know, I bought it at a time when all the project cars went up in price. And it seems that that is kind of slowing down a bit. So I might be selling this at a time when all these hot rods and stuff are not a hot commodity, which is good for me because I like losing money. Anyway, I already have the floor for this car. I already have the trunk pan for this car. I bought this car, it was not running. It does have, I think it's a 327, maybe it's a 305. You can tell because the air cleaner doesn't go there, but you can tell I was in here. I should probably disconnect this battery so that the next time that I go to touch it, it's not completely dead. Although it's been like that for a little while, so it's probably too late. I put a master on this car, cleaned out the carburetor a little bit, and I got it running. I actually drove it to the position that it is. I just got enough of the brakes done functional so that I could drive it here. Because I needed to get out of the way of the garage so that I could get the other projects up there. So anyway, I will be doing videos on when I'm ready to weld in a new floor pan, trunk pan, all the sheet metal work that's going to need to be done on this car. All of it is going to be done. I'll do a video on it, so you know, you can watch it again for entertainment purposes, because I really can't teach you how to do anything. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you know more than me, which is entirely likely, highly likely, you're probably going to watch the video and go, wow, this idiot did everything wrong. And if you did, please don't tell on me. Just keep it to yourself. You know why? Because just keep it to yourself, okay? Anyway, so I have another toy here. If you're looking at me and saying I am a Corvette guy and that's a sin because that car is filthy, well, then I don't know what to tell you because I am, again, a jerk. So this is my 2001 Corvette. It is a stock LS1. The LS1 itself has absolutely no work done to it. Yeah, it's really, really dirty. But it is wrapped. It's vinyl wrapped in like some blue raspberry color, which I really like. Again, I did that myself. I'm not very good at it. The car is like a good 10, 15 footer. You get any closer and you can realize that this was wrapped by an idiot with his feet. But yeah, I don't know, it even looks okay from here. You know, this is a camera, so it probably gives me a little bit of an easy bump. I got Grand Sport wheels on it. Anyway, this is my like street toy. I just play with this. I freaking love this car to death. This is one of my favorite cars. Corvettes, Novas. I'm a Chevy guy, so I'll tell you that. I do like a lot of Mopars. I do like a lot of Chevys, just a lot of Fords. I don't own any of them, but I do own a lot of Chevys because I'm a Chevy guy. Anyway, so this car is a stock LS1 5.7, but the car has twin turbos on it. It has a behind on a wheel. I don't know if you can see any of that. You see the pipes down there? So this car has two turbos, one on each side. Each one's behind the wheels. I don't know if you can see any of that. I don't even know if I'm pointing the phone in the correct direction. But if you can't see it, then you'll just have to take my word for it. Other than that, the car has a little bit of, it's got a head unit and a subwoofer in the back. I mean, just only because I needed it because I couldn't hear the radio anymore with the exhaust. It's not like it's not dumb loud. It's fun loud. So I have that. So that's what we're working on here. And I guess this, hopefully I can get some, guys to watch this and maybe get a laugh out of me being a complete idiot. Oh, for the record, I don't just drive all this stuff around. Like, I have other cars that I drive regularly. And they're all broken too, because I buy the cheapest thing. So that's the Corvette. I showed you the Camaro, showed you the two Novas, I showed you the kit car. I think that's all I got going right now. But I guess I don't know how to work these YouTube things yet. I guess I'll figure it out as I go. I hope I'm not boring anybody, and I hope that the videos that I put out will either make you laugh or make you cry or elicit some sort of emotion enough where you maybe say, hey, I'll watch another one of this guy's stupid videos. Anyway, I think that's enough for now. This is the first video, so just kind of getting started so everybody knows what's going to happen with what I'm going to make. So that's it for now. These are the videos, these are the things that I'm going to have content on. And again, I hope you made it through the end of this video. It was pretty long considering I didn't actually show you anything or touch a wrench. If you did watch to the end, I hope you, you click on to the next video when I do link it up, and you do watch these other videos that I plan on putting out. Thank you for watching, and again, my name's Steve. I don't know if that matters to you, or it doesn't, or whatever. But see you later.